Lakers Nation, what's going on? What is going on? Your boy is back. My name is Derek James. I'm the host of the Film Room Podcast. And tonight, another night to unpack a lot that went down in this preseason Game 6 loss against the Sacramento Kings. A lot to talk about. And I got good news and I got bad news. And that's coming up next on the Film Room Podcast. Nation, what's going on? Hey, look. Woo. Another one, man. Hey, listen. We look pretty decent. I don't know what y'all thinking, what y'all feeling out there, but I thought it was a solid game from start to finish. You know, I'm looking at the positives from here on out. The season is about to start. A lot of things that happened were good. You know, I really have no complaints tonight. I really have no bad news, except for the obvious. Man. Hey, listen, I don't even remember what the end of the score was, but I know we scored up over 100 points. These guys finally got some buckets. What did y'all see? They got some buckets, man. I was happy. They said, you know what? I'm going to listen to Derek James from the Film Room Podcast. He said, man, forget Vogel and his defense. Let's put some buckets in. And that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. They got some buckets in. Man, the start of preseason to me, I think would have been Malik Monk had he not gotten injured. But I don't know. I think he would have had a run for his money with Carmelo. Carmelo was outstanding this preseason. And if that's any indication of what's to come from him in this regular season, a playoff run, possibly a chip run, hey, man, Melo is going to be huge for us. Huge. When we needed some buckets down the stretch, he was the guy. When we needed a bucket to kind of get back in rhythm, he was the guy. All the shots he took, I thought, were great. That's one thing about veterans. Because they know. They have the IQ to know when it's a good shot and when it's not a good shot. When to pass the ball, when not to pass the ball. These young guys just up here hoisting up threes all over the place. And yeah, they was going in against us. But it ain't always going to be the case. And if you look at a playoff run, right, which that's all it is when it comes down to it, it's the deep playoff run and get to the finals and win a chip. These young guys ain't going to be making all of these threes like that in the 7-game series. Keep in mind, big picture. They're not going to be hitting these threes like this night in, night out when you're dealing with juggernaut like the Lakers, a juggernaut like the Nets. So keep that in mind. Although, yes, we went 0-6, then that is not even the bad news. These games don't count. You know what I'm saying? They don't count. All this I was talking earlier don't count. It don't matter. And I know that. The thing is, like I said, it's never been about them actually playing basketball. It's been about the other stuff, the intangibles, the effort, the execution, right? Things like that. I harped on them a lot. I may have said other things, but at the end of the day, it comes down to effort. Do you want to win? Do you want to be better? Do you want to take better shots? Do you want to be better on defense? Vogel's favorite thing. Do you want to improve? That's what it's about, right? So I'm not going to jump right into the bad news because to me, it's always been the elephant in the room. I'm going to start with a lot of positives. I thought Melo was beast. This whole preseason, he showed up. He didn't get a lot of turnovers. hardly any fouls. You know, he played basketball. He came, he said, I'm in the purple and gold. This is Kobe's home. And I'm going to play ball. And that's what he did. He played ball. Rest in peace to the great. He knew Kobe was watching. And that's what he showed. That's what he showed. Carmelo was outstanding this preseason, bro. He was. He was putting up buckets. He was moving. There was a few times when I felt like, yeah, you know, had he been a little bit younger, he could have got down and got that ball. But it's preseason. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to risk it. Carmelo looked good. I did not count on Melo being a huge scorer like that tonight or any of these preseason games or any of the regular season games. I thought maybe 9, 10 points, 12 points. Nah, he may be able to give us 18 to 24 every night. The way he was looking, the way he represented. I think he knows that. I think he feels that in that building, in that jersey, right? Representing that team. I think he feels it. He looked good. He looked good. And the game ended 116-112. Sacramento Kings over the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James was 12 for 20. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 30 points. 36-6. 19th season. LeBron James. Russell Westbrook, 18 points. He was 7 for 12, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. And that's only going to go up. That's only going to go up. Russell Westbrook looked really good. Not a lot of turnovers. He was clicking with the offense, clicking with the big men. He looked really good handling the ball, on and off the ball, scoring the basketball. 18 points. It's a way better pickup than Dennis Schroeder. Way better. I know I was talking about his turnovers and him making a bucket. And guess what? He got out in transition. He ran the offense. He got to the basket like he always should have been. We know he's going to do that, but I just wanted to see it. I wanted to see how it played out with this offense. How it looked. How it gelled. And the eye test, him and LeBron James. Oh, is him and LeBron James going to work? You damn right it's going to work. It's LeBron James, man. I don't know why y'all keep doing this to this man's name. He told you to respect his name. Y'all still don't do it. Anything can work with LeBron James. Bugs Bunny. Daffy Duck. List goes on. The list goes on and on. It's LeBron James. The master of basketball. He is the master of basketball. Forget being the best player in the world. Forget being the GOAT. He is a master of basketball. Anybody that he plays with has a chance to win. The odds are very high. That's the master of basketball. He can make anything work. I mean, look at Cleveland. Y'all still asking? Look at his team in Cleveland. Why are y'all still asking if him and somebody else like a superstar can work? Of course it can. He made it work with Dellavedova. It's no shade, man. I love Dellavedova. But listen, Carmelo Anthony, 15 points. He was 5 for 8. 2 rebounds. I think it says 0 assists. He ain't going to pass the ball. Because he can get you a bucket. That's what he's out there for. To get you a bucket. When you need it. And he did that. Salute, Melo. You went out there and played every game like you should have. Showing us what you're working with. Showed us what you got. Still in the tank. 19th season. Melo ready to go. Out the gate. I'm going to skip the next person. But I liked it. Eye test. You had Deandre Jordan starting with Kent Bazemore, AD, LeBron James, and Westbrook. I really like Carmelo starting, and if he don't start, then I really like him finishing. From what he was doing, I think Vogel would have no choice but to do that. A lot of our players are hurt. Malik Monk, THT, Wayne Ellington. Three of our main guys is going to be a big piece in this offense that we're going to rely heavily on defense. Those are our wing guys. 3 of our wing guys are out. We did a hell of a job this preseason. All in all, yeah, I nitpicked, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm a master at it. Ask my wife. They look good. All in all, this preseason, they delivered. They didn't do too much, didn't do too little. Kent Bazemore had 9 points. Deandre Jordan had 12 points. He was 6 for 7. Our squad is there. Our squad is ready. And had LeBron James and Russell Westbrook, AD, finish the game, we would have won. Like, we going to win most of our games. But it is over. The preseason is over. Now it's time for the big boys to stand up and play. And our big boys are some big boys. Our big boys are some big boys, dog. That pass from LeBron to AD was crazy. LeBron driving to the hole, getting dunks in the preseason, going crazy. Turnaround jump shots, looking like MJ out there. Say what? The master of basketball. There's not one thing this dude can't do. And what's even more crazy, there's not one thing this dude can't do off the court. He talks about politics. He stands up for the black community. He does everything for the kids. He writes books. He opens schools. He's a great businessman. I mean, what are we talking about? LeBron James is the greatest ever. How would LeBron do in Michael Jordan's era? He would dominate. If you want to know my stance, he would dominate. And he would be the greatest ever back then too. I love Michael Jordan, man. But I'm a fan of the underdog, Clyde Drexler. What's up? I'm a fan of the underdog. And although LeBron has always been top tier, he's always been an underdog. You know why? Because they talk about him like he ain't a dog. They talk about him like he ain't been in his prime his whole career. They talk about him like he ain't about to pass Kareem on the all-scores list. And he's not even a scorer. He don't care nothing about it. But he can do it, so he does it. And when his team needs him to do it, he does it. He is a passer. He loves to get his team involved. I could talk and go on and on about LeBron James. What? All day. Stand up. Akron made, baby. What you thought? But it's about team. What do you need to score 60 points for? For what? So he can wear himself out by the time he get to the playoffs and the championship and they know how to guard him? He scores 60 points every night, and by the time he get to the playoffs, none of his other guards or shooters know how to shoot. Bricking all over the place because he done took up most of the scoring throughout the regular season. Are you crazy? He is a master of basketball. The Lakers did exactly what I hoped for. Exactly what I hoped for. They showed effort. They showed continuity. They showed hustle. They showed pace. Not really so much on defense. But I ain't complaining. Defense is going to come. Shuffle your feet. Put your hand up. Block a ball. Speaking of blocking balls, did y'all see what Dwight Howard did? Did y'all see what the man Dwight Howard did? He was incredible. getting 4 fouls in one getting 4 fouls in one quarter. He was incredible. Dwight Howard is back. I'm so glad he is back with the Lakers, man. I don't know why we let him go. Rondo, another one. I don't know why we let him go. Deandre Jordan looked good. I talked about Deandre Jordan really bad. Talked about he need gameplay. He got worse hands than Andre Drummond. I was wrong. I'll be wrong a lot. He looked good. I take everything I said back. Prejudged him. Judged him off one game. His hands are good. He's jumping all over the court, getting blocks, protecting the rim. Our bigs look good, man. DeAndre Jordan and Dwight Howard. Great combo. Great tandem. Let's talk about Kent Bazemore. Kent Bazemore got some touches. I think he knocked down 2 threes. Got a lot of fouls, but that's effort. That's hustle. That's not giving up. That's not giving in. He looked good. Kent Bazemore. Who else did we have? Oh, yeah. AD. 14 points. Something or rather. We're going to come back to AD. LeBron James, 30 points. And everybody else got theirs too. It's a good sign. Oh, it's a good sign. If y'all don't know that, then maybe y'all haven't been watching LeBron James for the past several years. It's a good sign. He looked good from 3. He looked good from the jump. He looked good going in the paint. He was still flying high. His feet were still moving. Still training dudes out the way. Still making great passes. Dropping dimes. Passing the rock around. Getting his whole team involved. Making it feel like a team. Understand the importance of pace. Taking it slow when they need to take the slow. Slow the game down. LeBron James looked great. All right, I prolonged long enough. AD. I talked about the good news. Well, damn it, here's the bad news. AD. I'm hesitant to say this because I don't want to say it. It's like once you say it out loud, you know it's true. It's what you believe. It's what you feel. And I feel like I don't want to say it for that reason, but I know it to be true. This will never be your team, bro. We can never pass the torch to you. Sorry to say that, bro. Because I really like AD. I seen him in the All-Star game one year. I said, this dude is unstoppable, man. How can you stop that? I don't know what's going on with AD, man. But it did not look good. He scored 14 points. He got some buckets. But he was bricking all over the court. He was bricking all over the court. Mind you, he's played in, 5 of the 6 preseason games and still has no rhythm? Still is bricking free throws? That's not AD. AD is a great free throw shooter. He was bricking. Pause. I'll pause that for now. I'm not really worried about the free throws. I'm worried about how many jump shots this guy takes and misses. It's too much. He has got to be a smarter basketball player. And I think that's what it boils down to. When you are bricking like you were bricking, you got to take it to the cup. You got to get physical. There was one play in particular that I remember where you got a foul on Holmes, and Holmes came in and just knocked you out the way for the rebound. It's preseason, I understand. But that's how you play in regular season. And to me, all these reports I heard about, AD is cut. He looks physically intimidating. I didn't see that. I didn't see nothing like that. I seen tonight, you got outplayed by Carmelo Anthony in his 19th season. You got played by Russell Westbrook, I don't know, maybe in his 16th or 17th season. You got outplayed by Deandre Jordan. And you got outplayed by Dwight Howard. He wasn't a threat protecting the rim. He looked lost. There was maybe one steal he got that I thought was pretty dope. AD has got to be a dog. LeBron will never get rest. And if LeBron doesn't start to get rest, then it's not going to be good. If LeBron doesn't get rest, it's not going to be good the further we go into the season. And once we get to the playoffs. Because if AD can't score the basket or make great plays when LeBron James goes out, then we have to rely on Russell Westbrook in the playoffs. We got to rely on Carmelo Anthony. Which at this point, to me, I'm relying on Carmelo Anthony more than AD at this point. Why can't you get to your spots? And if you are getting to your spots, then why aren't you hitting in your spots? Two major concerns. Has nobody worked with this dude in the offseason? Because I don't see it. He's still doing the same stuff. Still doing the same stuff. Fadeaway jump shots. Bro, you are 7 feet tall. Just go straight up and shoot it. Nobody is blocking you. You don't need to fade.
One of the things that James Jones has tried to do is LeBron James hits a three.
He doesn't dominate in the paint. He doesn't move people out the way. Let them know you're there. At least one play. Move them out the way. My biggest concern is with AD. LeBron sat out for maybe 2 minutes. In those 2 minutes, the Sacramento Kings, although they look really good, came back like that. He didn't fall as much, but because he wasn't in the paint. And because he wasn't in the paint, he scored 14 points and got outplayed by Deandre Jordan and Dwight Howard. You got to find better spots. You have to start working on your footwork to get in the paint. This will always be LeBron's team. Thought all this time you have been ready by now. You're still not ready. But you should be. All my Lakers fans, it reminds me of Kyle Kuzma. All the potential in the world. All the potential in the world. And then he gets out there on the court and you just don't see it. You know he should be banging 30, 40, 50 points every night. And get out there on the floor and score 14. I'm not comparing him to Kyle Kuzma. I'm comparing the gameplay, the potential, what we know you can be. What is it going to take for you to get there is what I want to know. What is it going to take? Please leave in the comments what y'all think is going to take for AD to get there. And if y'all are not concerned about AD, that's fine. Let me know. But that's my main concern. It's AD. I ain't worried about no other player on the team. I ain't worried about the team at all. Don't get me wrong. I'm worried about our best player not being 100% because he has to play harder during the regular season. when he should have more help from his counterpart, AD, who he has the most chemistry with. Russ and LeBron look really good together. Really good together. Great news. Excuse me. Great news. LeBron and Westbrook look really good together, man. You see that back and forth they had? Woo! 19th season, that boy still running and keeping up pace with Russell Westbrook. A lot better than Dennis Schroeder. Thank you. And I like Dennis Schroeder too. I love Dennis Schroeder. But then he got out there and played with the Lakers, and I was like, oh boy. Oh boy. That did not work. It didn't work for AD. I think it got AD off. And ever since he played with Dennis Schroeder, AD ain't been right since. I think it will be different. I know it will be different with Russ. Because Russ is just an elite point guard. Dennis Schroeder is not. Dennis Schroeder does not deserve to start. Of course, Russ does. Russ has the edge. And I'm hoping that edge kind of rubs off on AD. I don't think nothing can rub off on LeBron. It don't matter. He don't need that. But I feel like AD does. I feel like somebody needs to push him and keep his motor going and say, bro, go get me 40, man. Go get me 40 on a nightly basis. You was doing it in New Orleans. What is the problem? You was getting 33 a night in New Orleans. And you come to the Lakers and give me 14 in the preseason game when you are supposed to be ramping up for the regular season. Don't do it to me, AD. Don't do it to me, AD. You are too good of a basketball player. I don't know who told you different. I don't know if your shot is broke and it's messing up the rest of your game. I don't know what it is. But you have got to get back to AD. That AD. Go look at your own footage from your stint in New Orleans. Remember that AD. Get back to that. You turn Hollywood on me, bro. You from Chicago. You are from Chi-Town, dog. Come on, AD. Because I expect so much. That's how good he is. Don't take this as a diss. And don't take me as carrying AD. We all know what AD is. We all know. But he'll never pass Giannis' name. He'll never pass KD's name if he keeps playing basketball like this. If he don't demand the ball. If he's not that dog on the court. Talk to Kobe, man. Talk to Kobe. Let Kobe spirit come in you and go out there and get you 40. Let some of that Mamba mentality leak in your blood real quick. We gonna need it, bro. We are going to need it. Now, although LeBron looked great 19th season in a preseason game scoring 30, we are going to need you to do that. We went 0-6. Not a good look. But I'm not worried. I am not worried. Hey, Lakers Nation, I nitpick. I talk a lot about a lot of our battles and struggles. But this is the film room. This is where we break down the footage of what we're seeing. And what I seen is what I speak on. There's, of course, a lot of improvement that we'll need. And I know this, you know this. We can't get out to a slow start. Because if we get out to a slow start, or AD gets out to a slow start, then we got to depend heavily on Russ, LeBron, and Carmelo. While THT, Malik Monk, and Wayne Ellington are out. Oh, stop the press. I was wrong about another thing. I talk cash about Reeves. Talk about how I want Caruso back. While that's still true. About his passing. And listen, homeboy can pass. I don't know if y'all seen them dimes that he was dropping tonight. Sheesh. Listen. Go ahead, Reeves. Go ahead with your bad self, bro. You a rookie playing like this in a preseason game amongst stars? Salute you, my G. Keep doing what you doing, man. Sky's the limit. You know I got to do my segments. I got to do my... Bruh, who that? To Terence Davis. He scored like 18 threes on us tonight. 18 threes. No, I'm playing. He ain't scored no 18 threes. But Terence Davis was lighting our asses up, boy. Bro, who that? Where he come from? Where did he come from? This dude was lighting us up. I was worried about Buddy Hield. What's his name? Buddy Hield. Buddy Reed. Buddy Hield. I was worried about Buddy Hield. But Terence Davis said, nah, bro, it's me you need to worry about. It's me you need to worry about. And I said, bro, who that? Us up like that, man? Who is that lighting us up like that? Cameraman was all off. I couldn't tell who it was. Homie was lighting us up, bro. My question is, where was all these shooters when we were looking to pick our shooters? Where was these shooters when we was looking to pick our shooters? It's like every team we play, they got like 7 deadly shooters. What is going on, Lakers? What is going on? Y'all kept us in the dark. Y'all kept us thinking KCP was that guy for years. Kuzma was that guy for years. Terence Davis out here lighting us up, bro. Who that? What? Back to my Lakers. I liked it. October 19th is the tip-off for the 2021 NBA season. The Nets play the Bucks at 7:30 and the Warriors play the Lakers at 10. Russ looked good tonight, man. Few turnovers. LeBron was still dribbling off his legs. So, LeBron, you got to get that spin down when you drive it in transition sometimes and you just dribble and lose the ball and don't go for it. I cannot stand that, dog. Got to fix it, LeBron. He looked good. Somebody smacked him in the head and he got an and one. Vogel, what you going to do about our third quarter, Vogel? The third quarter, we look weak. Look at LeBron to Russ. Russ to LeBron. LeBron in the corner hitting a big, huge 3 right in front of Luke Walton. The post-game shits.
Early, you came out, got to the rim. couple times in a row. Was that just what the defense showed you, or did you want to be a little more aggressive and score like that?
Combination of both. If it's one-on-one, then I like my chance against anybody. So if they're going to guard me like that, then it's my job to be able to make the right play, attack, use my size and my strength to get to where I need to get to.
And then just generally speaking, did you notice some things clicking a little more, just an additional day for you and LeBron and AD together? This time you play a little bigger, but what stood out to you?
Yeah, just we had some spurts throughout the game where our pace was high, got some stops, got in transition, got open looks, which you can ask for. And, there's some positive we can take, from the night.
Russ, what did you see defensively when you guys kind of in the second half maybe turn the screws a little bit? And do you think that can be more of what this team is consistently?
Definitely. That's how we got to play. Start the game. First 2 quarters gave up 35, 36. Third and fourth quarter did a better job of 21-point quarter, 24. So that's what we got to lean on, because when we get stops, it's very difficult to stop us in transition.
Is that just attention to detail?
Just learning. Everybody's learning a new defense. So we kind of got to learn each other, learn our tendencies, learn kind of what we're doing. So in the process of that, we got to make sure we just stay consistent to our rules and stick to them. And then, if we need to make adjustment, we will.
Zooming out, big picture, what are you most encouraged by from these 6 games heading into the regular season next week?
Just that we got better each game. I feel like we've gotten better each preseason on obviously getting all guys healthy is most important, keeping us healthy throughout the year. But just encouraged about how, each game we've gotten a little better.
Kyle?
Russ, you were scoring a lot at the rim very early in this game and seemed to be sort of unlocked in the paint scoring-wise. What changed for you, and was it mentality? Was it teammates getting you involved? What happened?
Just being me. Like I mentioned, if guys are going to guard me one-on-one, then I like my chances against anybody.
Dave?
Russ, you had a give and go and then kind of a give back with Deandre in a pretty tight space. What allowed that play to work, and have you guys had any sort of chemistry you've noticed in practices or in these games?
Yeah, just trying to figure it out. DJ's trying to figure me out. I'm trying to figure him out. But like I mentioned earlier, training camp, my job is to make all these guys better around me and make the game easy for them. So throughout the game, there will be little things that we can do to be able to make the game easy for him, and vice versa.
Bill?
Hey, Russ. Fully aware it's preseason here, but you guys, all a bunch of competitive dudes and trying to do something special this year. Does an 0-6 preseason sit with you any certain way, or is it just not matter?
Honestly, I can't tell you. I've been in the league 13 years. I don't know my preseason record for any of those years, so that should answer your question. I don't know anything about preseason. So, no, it doesn't matter.
Hey, man, that's it. Next time y'all see me, it's going to be game time, the real time, when the season kicks off, when we play the red-hot Warriors, man. Listen, they going to shoot our eyes out, but I think we going to be all right. I think we going to be all right. Because we got that border king. We got that border king. Listen, Laker Nation, let me tell you this. There is nothing to worry about, man. Take it from me. I watch these games intently. I break down every move, every defensive play. I study it. I watch it closely. And I know LeBron. I study his post-game interviews and what he says and what he doesn't say. And what he's telling me is that it's going to take time, but we going to get there. And that's what I know. There was a time when my biggest worry was the Clippers. The Suns are still a threat because Chris Paul is still masterful. And why he has not won an MVP is beyond me. Because every team that he goes to is similar to LeBron's teams. He takes them right to the top. And nobody talks about this. They would rather talk about Jokic, who gets to the playoffs every year and fails. And Chris Paul got to the NBA Finals, made it work with Harden, made it work in OKC. I don't know how many teams Chris Paul has been to and has taken a team to the playoffs, and no one ever really puts him at the forefront for the MVP. Is beyond me. Y'all better put some respect on Chris Paul's name. Laker Nation, I will worry about the Suns. And I will, of course, worry about the Nets. Even without Kyrie. But with Kyrie, God, it's going to be tough. But the Lakers can do it. Because I believe. Hey, listen, man, that's my time here. You all have been a beautiful crowd, and I've been a beautiful host. My name is Derek James. Thank you for watching the Film Room Podcast. See y'all opening season. Salute.